This is Dave with Home Remedy LLC here in Western North Carolina. I wanted to introduce myself. I am a 41-year-old family man. I have 3 children, a lovely wife, and I do home repairs, home maintenance, and remodeling work here in the Asheville area. So I got started with this about 3 years ago during the pandemic. I guess it was in January of that year, so just before things started falling apart. I decided that it was time to start helping other people in the area with some projects they had around their house, or with some remodeling needs they might have come up, or even issues that might spring up from time to time. So decided that it was just time to do it, and I wanted to set myself apart from other people in the area. So I decided that in doing these things, I would come in with a better price than some of the other players in the market. I wanted to save people some money because ultimately I had been doing these things for myself for years, because I didn't want to pay someone to come into my house and to do repairs or any kind of maintenance either. So I know that that's a strain on folks. So I wanted to be a little bit different and provide people with a cost-effective solution to some of their problems. So some of the things that we've been doing have been flooring repairs, flooring or laying down new flooring, tiling in showers, doing backsplashes, adding light fixtures, adding the outlets where they're needed. We've done tons of different updates when it comes to like trim and moldings, and adding in decor in people's homes, things that kind of enhance their value inside of their house. But the way that I got started really comes back to January the 3rd in 2018. So my daughter, her name is Addison. She's 10 years old now. She has Down syndrome, and from time to time she will sneak off and do things that we don't know about until it's too late. So one day she decided to run a bath, and had been playing with paper in the bathtub prior to this, and it clogged up the overflow spout or overflow drain. So all of the water started coming out into the floor, and she had went into another room. So we come in from outside, and all this water is pouring through our ceiling, and we have no option other than to just call in some folks to help us out and get it repaired. So we had a mitigation company come in and helped us dry up everything, but I wanted to repair everything myself. So with the bathroom itself, ended up taking the flooring out and putting in new flooring, putting in new trim around the doors and everything that was damaged. Even fixed our carpet where we had to have it cut, and put in new seams, and got all of that repaired, and come to our kitchen, and we decided to just remodel our kitchen. So with that, we put in new countertops, moved cabinets around, built a cabinet, and ended up basically fixing a load-bearing wall, and had added an opening to it so that I could have a bigger window by our kitchen sink into our living room. So my wife told me during this time, she was like, maybe you should think about doing this for other people, because you've done a really good job with this, and it's something that you're good at. So I think you should go ahead and do it. So I decided it was time to go ahead and start helping other people. So we ended up just kind of going on faith and deciding that this was what we wanted to do. And I did this part-time while still working a full-time job during the day. So in the evenings and on the weekends, I would go out and help customers with whatever needs they had. And that went on for probably 2 years. And then in April of this past year, ended up having the opportunity, leaving the company I was with and doing this full time. So it has been a huge blessing to my family, and hopefully to our customers as well, to be able to be available immediately whenever they need it, and also to be able to be here for my family whenever they need it as well. So huge thanks to everybody that supported us so far, and I just wanted to let you know that without you, it's not possible for me to do what I'm doing today, and I hope to continue to do that a lot more in the future. But I do get asked a lot, how do you know how to do this stuff? Whether it's wiring in a light switch, or fixing an outlet, or repairing a water heater, or toilet repairs. It really comes back to the my upbringing, I grew up on a farm, and my father and my grandfather were never the kind of people that called anybody for anything. So this really taught me to watch what they were doing, number one, but it also let me know that things can be fixed and that there is an avenue to repair things. It's just a matter of whether it is more expensive to repair it or more expensive to replace it. So we ended up taking that route of repairing most of our stuff by ourselves, and if it had to be replaced, we would replace it ourselves. So with that, a lot of the knowledge I had was just elementary knowledge, general knowledge about how to do these things. But really, I started diving into the certifications and licensing requirements for all these things, and looking at code books, reading through code, and having a better understanding of why it is that we were doing what we were doing, but also having a good idea whenever something happens, how do I go out and fix it the correct way, and making sure that everything is done properly. So that's kind of the background of all of this. But I wanted to kind of create this podcast in order to share with you like what we go through every day. So this is the beginning. Today's January 4th, 2024. And I want to go through this for an entire year and let you follow us on what we do every day. So starting out the new year, I had a warranty work on some grout that we needed to take care of with a customer that had dropped some items and that cracked a grout inside of a shower. So we ended up replacing that grout and actually redoing the grout for the whole floor to make sure it's all uniformed and looking good. So we got that finished up yesterday, and we on the schedule right now, we've got a control board for an HVAC unit that should be delivered tonight that we'll put in tomorrow. We've got a oven igniter that has been delivered and setting up that customer tomorrow as well to get that replaced. And we've got a washer kit, like a balance kit for a washing machine that is coming in over the weekend. So I have that taken care of on Monday. And then finishing up a remodel for a bathroom. Basically, it's a whole remodel outside of just the shower. So the shower's already been replaced where the tub was. Now we're replacing the rest of the bathroom with updated fixtures and adding in a wall and creating a closet. So that's been a fun project, and I should be able to post some pictures of that coming up pretty soon. So stick around with us. Stay tuned. Subscribe to our podcast. If you're not, subscribe to us on YouTube. I'd love it if you just go ahead and subscribe there. And I look forward to creating more content for you in the future and having you around for some of the fun stories and maybe some of the not so fun stories here in the future. Thanks again. This is Dave with Home Remedy. Man, yeah,